Hey, Huckster here. You know, it's becoming more and more clear to me why people oppose the Christian beliefs or any kind of religious beliefs. Within the past week, 3 or 4 days ago, I was approached by a couple of Mormons. We had a nice friendly discussion, but the idea that I left that discussion with was that the Mormon belief system was the only right belief system, and that there was going to be this battle of Armageddon, and the only people left would be the Mormons, because when Satan and his army came upon them, they would realize they're fighting against God. Now today, just moments ago, Watchtower left here, and I told them, like I told the Mormons, I said, most people say when the Mormons or the Jehovah Witnesses come to talk to you, you can't get rid of them. When they come to talk to me, they can't wait to leave. They have no basis for their belief system through scriptures. And these Jehovah Witnesses told me that at the Battle of Armageddon, just like the Mormons, that they're going to come upon Jehovah Witnesses and know that they are the people of the true Jehovah God, and they'll be destroyed. No other religions are left. They cut down the Catholics, all the other beliefs in Christianity. And that's what Christians do. It's like this FOTM1. He's out there in this place called Liberty, and when all this doom and gloom comes on, the only safe place to be is at Liberty. Christians believe that they have the right message and everybody else is their enemies. They bring on hate towards others. They say, oh, I don't hate nobody. But if you believe that everybody other than you, that believes anything other than what you believe, have the most horrible fate in their future, you believe that in your heart, that's hate. And I can see why people are getting away from religions. The Old Testament and the New Testament were written about things that were happening in that period of time. Now we have the benefits. We can reap the harvest of what went on. When Jesus came, people were under the thumb of Rome and the holy people. They believed that there was only one way to God, and that was through them. Jesus says He was the way, the truth, and the life, that no one comes to the Father except through Him. These other people, the holy people, those priests, scribes, and judges, and the Romans, said, believe in our way of belief, or we'll kill you. Jesus called them thieves, vipers, snakes, dragons, evil, adulterous generation. Told them they had filled up their cup of sin for killing the prophets and the messengers sent by God. Jesus came at the appointed time. He put an end to this rule. Christians today got to have it coming back. They got to have a new world rule by the Romans. They got to have a reinstatement of the Holy Temple, bringing in the Ark of the Covenant. That's the old law, Ark of the Covenant, that old covenant. They have to reinstate sacrifices. Jesus said he was the final sacrifice. But Christians overlook all this stuff and say that's not a point in history, it's all of history, and we're living in the end of it today, and get ready for all the doom and gloom which is coming. Watched a video yesterday about this woman talking about these bath salts. People are snorting it or something. She's relating that to prophecy. It's opening a doorway, she says, for Satan to come in. These people are snorting bath salts. There's no demon involved there. No devil, no Satan involved. They're snorting bath salts. They're bringing on their own destruction. Jesus says nothing can come into a man that can defile him. It's what comes out of his heart. Christians today will say that the devil can come into you and defile you. You know, I don't think that I've ever tried to place judgment on anybody. I have said a couple of times that their end will be there because of their own doings. And God says He's a creator of light, creator of darkness, creator of good, creator of evil. Amos tells us, if a trumpet blows in your city, aren't you afraid? And if a calamity comes on your city, know that it came from God. God tells Moses that He creates the deaf people, the dumb people, the blind people. Nobody else. Because there is no other than Him. But yet Christians today will have deafness, dumbness, and blindness as demon possession. That's an outside force, an entity that they believe can go into a person, cause him to be deaf, dumb, and blind. God tells us something different in His Word. It's Him that creates these things. So you got to look at what is God. God tells us in His Word that we reap what we sow. I can go out here and find me a can of paint and start huffing it. The results of that is me reaping what I sow. That is God. God is responsible for everything that is, was, and will be. You can't blame it on anybody else. The prophet tells the king of Cyrus, ruler of Persia, not the king of Cyrus, but King Cyrus, the ruler of Persia. And he's telling him, he's being specific with him, because Persia believes in many gods. One God of good, one God of evil, one God of light, one God of dark, one God of happiness, one God of sorrow. The prophet is telling him there is but one God who is responsible for all things. Christianity, Mormonism, Jehovah's Witnesses, Muslims, Islam, they all believe in a different story than what is in the Bible.